The first route I'll show you is going to be a back to front on this map, Canyon Crusade. Now the key to notice is that when you're throwing this grenade, you want to throw it to the rightmost position as possible, and that's because if you do that, you won't end up hitting this wall, and if you hit the wall, it's going to slow you down tremendously on your first jump. You literally just hold down the A button here when you're trying to slide down. Now there are two different return routes. The first one involves you going like this. The other one involves you going like this. And now the advantages of doing the first one are you get to stay away from any light defense or chasers going after you, because they're going to have one hell of a time trying to hit you with an impact nitron up in the air. Now the weakness is that any decent sniper can easily gun you down, and so I don't really recommend this. The other route is much faster. Now I'll show you what the route would look like if you wanted to use the impact nitron for some speed, and also the other return route that you can use. So throw your impact nitron right here and pick the flag up, and you bounce off that little spot there and just keep on gliding down here, skiing as much as you can. And I personally prefer this route over the other one because it's much faster and no sniper can kill you this easily. Now this is what the route would look like if you wanted to use the explosive nitron instead of the impact nitron. The only small difference is the place where you throw your first explosive nitron. In the impact, you use it to steer yourself away from a hill. In this one, you just use it when you get to the other spot. The next route I'll show you is going to be a right to left. Now the thing is that when you start it off, you want to look to your left and then boost. Now by doing this, when you come back to your right, what's going to happen is that you're going to have some speed and all your energy back. And so you can use this to your advantage and go to the location that you have to go to when you're doing the route. Now what you want to do is try to swerve to the left as much as possible, because if you hit the wall, it's going to completely screw up your route. Not just slow you down, just completely screw it up. Sure, you can bounce it off after you land it, but if you hit it before you land, it's going to screw you up. The return route isn't anything too special, so I'll just go ahead and speed it up. Now I'll show you what the same route would look like if you want to use the impact nitron for speed. Now personally, I don't recommend this because the return route ends up suffering because of it. Because you end up going so far to the right, you can't hit any decent spots when you're trying to swerve to your left, and you can't swerve to yourself left in time, and so you end up hitting this terrible bounce, and it's not worth it. The sacrifice is too much. And the next route I'll show you is going to be a left to right on this map. Now this route is a pretty simple route. There isn't anything too difficult about it. The only tricky part is here. Now when you're throwing the grenade, you gotta make sure you bounce off first, then your grenade reaches the ground. Now by doing this, you ensure that you have the highest of height that you can get. This height is helpful when you're trying to ski down this little hill. It'll get you the highest of speeds that you can get. Now what I see happening time after time is that they should intercept me right here. And now where they choose to intercept me, the chasers, I will tell you there and take you there, and I will tell you what the disadvantages of intercepting me there are. So every single chaser so far that I've seen play, they have all chased me and tried to intercept me right here. Now this is not a recommended spot, because look at how much energy I have. I can easily see you coming, and I can just use my energy and get to the flag stand without even being forced to use that little cliff. Now if you wanted to use the impact nitron for some speed, this is what it would look like. Now the thing that you want to notice is that when you're throwing the grenade, you want to throw it as far away as possible, so that it doesn't give you any vertical speed. It just gives you horizontal speed. And the return now isn't anything too special, so I'll just go ahead and skip it. You've already seen what it looks like. And now this is what the route would look like if you wanted to use the explosive nitron to do this route. It's basically the same thing all over again. The return isn't anything too special, but it's basically the same thing again, and I'll just go ahead and fast forward it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.